What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
What? No damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
Got It, episode 246.
246. Yes.
What time is it? Valentine's. Valentine's Day. Not with an M, you dumbasses. It's Valentine's Day, but people say Valentine's, but spell it Valentine. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but
I still hear the time, and I'm just like, it's like nails on chalkboard, just nails, just like that. I know I shouldn't be like that, but some stuff just grinds my gears, like silly stuff. Sometimes, like,
enjoyed my Valentine's weekend. How about you, kid?
It was a good weekend. Good, child-free, so always good, child-free. I promise I love being a mom. I promise. People are like, why are you always so? But sometimes you need a break as a parent.
You listen to this one day, like, damn.
I promise I love being a parent. I promise I do. But people are like, Dad, like, what you want? No, but sometimes you do need to have the separation. Like we always say, what this pandemic has taught us, being with people 24/7 is not fun. After a while, you need to have your spacing.
Which is why we will never go back to the full lockdown. I don't think that's ever going
to happen. Hell no. That's just dead.
I think people are fucking riot and revolt. Is like if the government tries like another full lockdown, I don't think it's gonna work out too well.
That is dead because of a couple
ain't 2020 no more. Yeah, people are like, yeah, we ain't going.
Like it's not 2020. We know what the virus is. We know, like, we kind of know how to navigate it now. There's a vaccine for people who choose to take it. So if you want to take it, you can. If you don't, that you don't have to either.
Multiple vaccines.
Right. So it's like it's stuff out there. It's you know, I mean, people have done their research. People, like, some people have had it and have recovered. So
you're talking to one of them.
Like you're one of them, you know. So I mean, like, we know more about the situation now. Basically, we know more about it. So I understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand back then, like, you know, we didn't know, it was an unknown thing. Like, we didn't know what it was. So it's like, let's just stay away from everybody.
People overreacted, like, in hindsight. Yeah. Like, none of this really had to happen. Like, you really could have just take precautions. Those that are immunocompromised, like, keep an eye on them. Like, everybody else, do you? It could have been
caution.
Yeah.
And then the thing I think that they also should have always put, like just to cover themselves, like as stuff, like, you know, as we know, we are seemingly going to be transitioning to a new normal. It's like, always put the disclaimer that if you attend said event and they say that, okay, you don't, like, masks are not a necessity. You don't have to wear a mask, but if you get COVID, you can't sue us. Basically, they need to just put that in writing on everything. Like, basically, you can attend and do whatever you want to, but if you were to get sick and contract COVID, and especially if someone contracted it and died, then that's when the suits come out. People want to sue.
Anybody sued? Anybody ever catching COVID yet?
I'm not saying probably not, but I'm just saying. But just
wild
as fuck. But it's just good to put.
If you can, I'm getting paid. Damn it!
Well, I mean, if you like die and there you die, then somebody like COVID. You know how people.
Cases like I had COVID almost a year ago. Could I still sue with that motherfucker?
You know how people act though about, you know, people always try to look for like a cash out. You know how it goes. So I think that they should just put that, like, if something were to occur, then we're not liable if this were to happen to you, basically, just to cover them. That's what I would say.
Oh, they got Rogan the fuck out of there. Even though they're not really, he's still on. Like, Spotify is riding with their guys. So
they paid him $100 million. So
riding with Rogan is
riding with Rogan. RWR.
Yeah, we gonna call it out. Putting Rogan in the title would definitely get us some views. Like, should we call it? We'll see where it goes. Like, riding with Rogan, because then people say that we riding with Rogan. Like, it'll be a lot of ambiguity about the title of that.
Clickbait.
Be a lot of
clickbait.
ambiguity about that title if we call it that. So it's possible. We shall see. Yeah.
Yeah, because.
And we touched on the Rogan thing last week, and now we got a little bit more context to it. Is like And I said, like, I'll wrap that up. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time.
Yeah, just wrap it up in the
We
bow.
talked a lot about it last week, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on this week because it's like they knew what they were doing, whoever leaked that video. Because what they were doing at first wasn't working. Because, like, here's the thing, they wanted to get Rogan the fuck out of there one way or another. So they said, okay, the anti-vax stuff is not working.
Anti-vax stuff is bad. Misinformation.
So, like, what do we do? Like, let's fire the black people up. Like, that'll definitely get them out of there. So let's put this.
We're in a very racially sensitive, like it's very sensitive. Like the racial climate is very sensitive.
People use black people to fight their battles all the time. Like, which a lot of black people don't even realize they were being used in this shit. It's like,
you the face I'm making.
Whoever put this video out was not black. I'm really sure, like, whoever leaked it, it was some white liberal somewhere. It was definitely nobody black. It's like something like that. They said, we got to get Rogan the fuck out of there. Hey,
it was Meathead. It was Mike from
fire the black people up.
And it was Meathead, Mike from All in the Family, somebody like that.
Those were the days.
It was terrible.
Well, let's stay on COVID because we went down the Rogan rabbit hole enough and shit. Yeah, we'll stay on COVID a little bit and talk about locally. Governor J.B. Pritzker, he's put a plan in place to end the indoor mask mandate by February 28th. So March 1st is no more mandatory masking. Like, how do you feel about that, kid? Because I have my feeling about it. Yeah.
I feel like at this point, like, we do have to have an end game. Like, are we going to walk around in masks forever?
Yeah, we can't just do this shit forever.
Like, what is the end game? Like,
like I said, you keep moving the goalpost.
Right?
Like, okay, we're gonna wear the mask till we get a vaccine. We got multiple vaccines, but they say, oh, we still gonna have mask mandate. Like, yeah, well, you gotta have an end game. You can't just keep.
Right, it has to be an end game. It does.
And I get why when we get more people vaccinated, it's probably was it over 60% of people like it's like the number is pretty high. People that are vaccinated.
And I get where the governor, because, like, here's the thing, like, why I would not want to be governor of anywhere. I just do it not, because it's just too much responsibility that I just do not want. Because no matter what you do when you're in a political position, whether you're an alderman, a governor, a mayor, obviously the president is like the biggest platform. Like, no matter what you do, somebody's not going to like what you do. You can't please everybody. You're not a people. You cannot please everybody. You cannot.
A lot of people don't like what the president is doing right now.
You cannot please everybody. So you have to do.
Are trash right now.
You gotta do what's best. I say if you can get up to 75% approval of what people like what you're doing, I think that's good. If you can get to 75%,
you're 75, you winning. Damn it.
If you can get to 75, 70 to 75 is where you should aim. If you can get. You need to get more than half, because if you got less than half approval, you're sucking right now. But if you get between 70 and 75, you're doing good. Some people, well, I want to get that 90. You're not going to get 90%. It's not going to be 90% of people who are going to like what you're doing. It's just not. Even if you be like,
less you Kang and Kodos that shit, like when like,
abortions for none, woo,
like whatever he said, and they got 100% approval and shit.
Yeah,
abortions for some, and then like whatever.
Yeah, American flags for everyone. Yay!
You gotta do like Kodos that shit to get
it. Has to be that. So you just gotta do. You have to do your research and do what's best. I said from what JB was looking at. He was looking at the numbers like, okay, like as long as Illinois keeps trending where they're trending, because the worst thing is, it's like, what I don't want to happen is, like, the thing that sucks is, like, if you be like, yeah, we're good, and you prematurely pull out, and then everybody gets fucked up, and now you be like, we're not good, so let's pull it back. Like, that's like, once this shit comes off, we need to just be done. That's how I feel. Once we cross that line, let's not look back. Let's not go back. So let's be certain that everything is good. Our numbers are trending down. People are vaccinated. People who want to get vaccinated are vaccinated. People are practicing good practices by washing their hands. People are still keep the hand sanitizer. I think hand sanitizer needs to be at every door permanently. Like, you come into an establishment, stick your hand under that sanitizer, hit it with one of these real quick. When you leave out, hit it with another one. Like, I think that you should do that. Anytime you go into any place, before you touch anything, hit a hand sanitizer before you go in. and just keep it like that.
I think shaking hands should be illegal. That's what I want. Shaking hands should be a felony and shit. Like if you try to shake my hand, I should be able to press charges against you.
Stop.
You really should, man. You want to go extreme with fucking? Why can't I go extreme with my COVID wish list? If I get in office, I'm gonna make handshaking illegal. You don't want me to. You don't want to elect me and shit. Anytime somebody tries to shake my hand, I get mad. It's like, shake your hand, Negro.
But that's what, and then like the positive.
Hey, what's up, Oz? Fuck out of here.
the positivity rate has been going down. It has done a lot better in Illinois. And from what I looked at, I saw the research. They said that out of all the Midwestern states, Illinois seems to be doing the best out of all the Midwestern states about what's going on. Illinois is actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. So to all of our other Midwestern brethren, hey, we're doing better than you guys, right now.
Shout out Detroit.
Indiana, Gary.
Shout out Gary. Shout out the land, Cleveland.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Only time people care about Iowa is during the Iowa caucus during an election. It's the only time Iowa really counts. Iowa becomes the center of the world, like during an election, a presidential election. Like, what does Iowa think? It's like,
what does Iowa think?
Other than that, nobody gives a shit about
Nobody Iowa. Checking for Des Moines.
You got listeners in Iowa, sorry, but nobody cares about
checking
Iowa.
For them right now.
The presidential election year.
But yeah, then the other thing they said in Illinois is that like it's a large percentage of I think it said like 20% of ICU beds are available now. Mm-hmm. In comparison, they said before it was like only like 5 or 8. So that was like a lower percentage, but now they're saying that ICU beds are available because if somebody is hit with one of those really bad COVID cases and does have to go into ICU, it is availability in ICU. Because remember, at one point, it was no beds in ICU. That's like how bad it was.
That was partly because of the mass hysteria. Like somebody like get a runny nose, they were running to like the emergency room, but like during the early days of this shit, it's like,
they're like, it's no beds, stay home, stay home, it's no beds, stuff like that.
It's like,
but it seems like the numbers are trending correctly. So like that's my feeling about it. It's like
masks are still required, obviously, in like federally mandated places. With some places it's gonna be like permanent. Like for example, like airports, I think masking is gonna be permanent. Like I wouldn't go in a fucking airport without a mask and shit. And I'm not even a pro-mask guy like that, but it's like, I'm wearing a mask in the airport, so damn it.
It's to protect yourself, basically. It's to protect you. Like seatbelts are like the seatbelt is to protect you in your car, basically, so you don't fly through a windshield. It's to protect you.
That's the only play. So it's still gonna be federally mandated. Places like airports, of course, like healthcare facilities, because like people are like immune or compromised in that. Yeah.
And then the other thing they said, like public transportation, like if you ride like a bus.
Oh yeah, that falls under the same umbrella. Like any.
Okay, under transportation.
Airports, buses, trains, all of that. So planes, trains, not automobiles. There we go. Yeah, planes, trains, no automobiles.
Automobiles, yeah. And then did they say something too about them that they're not requiring vaccination cards? I think I saw. Or are they? I have to look at that and see if that's the case.
Dropping a vax mandate, because that's been a pain in the ass. It's like
because I think they're dropping that as well too. The vaccine proven.
Maybe March 1st they're doing that as well too.
Because it is a little weird, because like I went out the other day and they had to ask me and Marcus, like, can we see your vax cards? We were like.
I can admit I went out for Valentine's weekend, but we were in Indiana though.
You see your vax card? I was like, Like,
Indiana was like, weird. Indiana was like, what pandemic? Goddamn it!
But that's weird as hell, though. It is very weird. It's very bizarre. It is very bizarre. So
hanging out in the 219,
hoping that drops, because it is very bizarre. Because people are starting to get goofy with stuff like, well, like somebody like they was like at some place somebody was taking pictures of like their pets' vaccination records and trying to pass like a. I thought it was like trying to do that.
Pass. So Hercules.
Pass a pet vaccination.
Only Hercules is the fat dude from fucking the clumps and shit. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Nutty Professor. There you
Nutty
go.
Professor, I think. It was like, the fat kid from that. That's the only Hercules I acknowledge.
But yeah, it's just goofy though. Like, I mean, but like I said, once we turn this way, I don't want to about face and go back. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I just don't.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna lead that. I ain't gonna say that. Say lead that revolt. They say, "Oh, we're gonna send everybody back in masks." Yeah, like people are going. Yeah, fuck that.
I don't want to about face. I don't want to about face.
But here's a controversial one here, right here, that affects you. So you obviously have a kid in the K through 12 system. They are continuing the mask mandates for K through 12, and a lot of parents ain't feeling that right now.
They're not feeling it.
How do you feel about that?
Well,
I'm not talking about like you choosing to mask your kid. I'm talking about a mask mandate.
A mandate.
How do you feel about that?
From what I hear, I said, because like I have some scientific intel. Because at my kid's school, one of our parents in my room, like they're an actual doctor that works in the ER, and they said that the numbers that they've been seeing recently have been climbing with children. So I'm like, maybe that's the reasoning as to behind why
there's less children vaccinated than adults, because adults just started becoming available for the kids recently.
Right.
That's probably part of it.
Mm-hmm. She was saying that, you know, she's starting to see
even with them being available, a lot of people just don't want to get their kids vaccinated.
Yeah, they're apprehensive, and it's understandable. It's understandable. It is. But that's just my thing. Like, I mean, I guess like they're trying to still proceed with caution, because that's the last thing you need. It's like if a COVID outbreak exposure happens at school, and if one child dies in that school from COVID, that's all you need. Yeah, and they may have stopped wearing the mask, and now my baby died. And that's all you need.
Governor Pritzker said is because there are thousands of people interacting in those buildings, which makes sense. Like
it is a lot of people.
In and out of schools a lot. So
so that's just my thing. It's like if the numbers are climbing, like monitor it and see. So I mean, nothing is still normal for these kids, because like the last 2 years now, we're 2 years in.
Yeah, all they know is wearing masks. Like I said,
the last 2 years has been hell for our kids.
5, you don't, and a lot of shit you did at 3, you forgot about. It's like that. So
like the last 2 years have been hell for our kids, because they had to do a whole year remote learning last year. A whole year was remote learning. And now this year, even though like they're back in the schools, they're masked up and they're still trying to social distance, and they have the little they have dividers up for like the kids. Like if they are sitting at the same time, you know, they have to have like the little plastic dividers up to like help them to keep from transmitting the particles or whatever. But it's like, my hope is that for next school year, by September, I'm hoping that the kids can somewhat be back to normal. I'm hoping that
makes sense. Like I'm about to get on my soapbox. Like none of this.
Hoping we can be back to normal.
Like especially like watch you're a big Bulls fan just like myself. It's like these motherfuckers are on the court like sweating and like coughing all over each other. They went on the sideline, they're masked up. It's like it does not make sense. It's like how the fuck is that? You gotta wear a mask on the bench and shit, but you're on the court and shit. Yeah, y'all breathing all over you, spitting and shit like when you talking like Rondo and Chris Paul and shit. It's like come on. Remember that when Rondo, the spit gate? You remember that shit?
Make me loud.
It's like, so make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. Like, when they're sitting on the bench, it's like, everybody on the team, like on the bench, like, checking the game and shit, that comes off. It's like,
Have you tried to play basketball and mask? Shit, you would die.
Make it make sense.
Why you gotta die? You would try to breathe.
It's okay to play in one. It's okay to sit in the bench in one. I'm just saying.
My thing is, I'm wondering how the Lovables are even dancing, because the Lovables be dancing with their masks on. I'm like, what the hell? Like I would have passed out. Like try like do a whole routine. I would have definitely passed out. I could not have done that.
They said, fuck them. The players just probably just said, we ain't wearing that shit. They probably tried it. It's like we ain't going for that.
We ain't wearing that.
They missed me with that.
I mean, I can't explain it. I mean, like I said, I can't explain it.
Missed me with that bullshit.
I can't explain the bubble bear because it was contained. It was nobody there. It was just, if you were in the bubble, you were in the bubble and you couldn't leave. Yeah.
Like during the bubble era, like for the 2020 play.
And that's why they didn't have any exposed. That's why they had no outbreaks, because it was contained
for like however many months. It's like
it was contained. So it did show that it did show us that one thing that it did show. It showed that if you do contain a situation, you isolate yourself from everybody. You can control it.
Once you went in, that was it. Yeah. If you wanted to leave, you couldn't come back with the bubble. Like once you went in the bubble, like if you left like Lemon Pepper Lou, okay, you can't come back.
Once you had to quarantine for like 14 days, you would have to quarantine for your 14 days, and Yep.
Once you left, that was it. But since we're talking NBA, let's do it right now. We already covered our All-Star reserves. Did we talk about the injury reserves on that? We had suggestions. I don't think we actually mentioned them though.
No, we didn't mention.
LaMelo Ball replaced Kevin Durant. DeJounte Murray replaced Draymond Green. Like that's your injury reserves right there. So LaMelo, that was one of my picks. I was like LaMelo.
LaMelo, I'm happy for him. He's been balling out.
Pun intended. He's been balling out.
LaMelo been balling. He's been balling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Big Brother is proud of him. I'm sure Lonzo is looking like, okay.
Get
like,
well soon, Lonzo. We need you back, baby. Get well soon. Well, let's break down. Speaking of that, let's break down the All-Star, the events that are going down, the All-Star events for the weekend. You know, we got our dunk contest, we got our skills challenge, we got our 3-point contest, all of that stuff. Yeah. I'm pulling it up right now. I want to read the whole the entire field of contestants.
And then of course a celebrity game. I think that's fun to watch. Like I like watching the celebrity game. That's like a nice lighthearted, you know.
Of course, rising stars. Shout out Ayo Dosunmu.
Ayo Dosunmu. Represent for Chicago. Make us look good. Make us look good out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we do have some good representation this time around because they played us in 2020.
When they were in Chicago, yes.
They played us in 2020, no representation.
No love.
I staffed it in 2020. We did.
We're probably gonna go along with this NBA talk. So if you don't like basketball, sorry for you. We're gonna go along with this, right? Because there's a lot to talk about. Because All-Star weekend's coming up, trade deadline pass. We got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna go along.
Update on the injury report.
We're gonna go along, Paul.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And plus, it's a lot. LeBron hit a major milestone. We got a lot to talk about.
It's a lot. It's a lot. NBA played out with
All-Star Saturday, which is February 19th, this coming Saturday, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Dew 3-point contest participants. CJ McCollum now of the New Orleans Pelicans. That's one of those trades.
Yep. That's one of the trades. Yep.
Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks. Desmond Bane of the Memphis Grizzlies, who've been killing it, the Grizzlies, yeah. That guy, Karl Anthony Towns of Minnesota Timberwolves. Luke Kennard from the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Patty Mills from Brooklyn. Rockford's Fred VanVleet from Toronto Raptors, baby. Shout out Rockford. I gotta show love to my Rockford people, but that's not the big name, though. It's not the big name. It's like my character said in this Hate Love movie, which we're not gonna talk about right now. That's not the big name. Big name, Zach LaVine, Chicago Bulls, representing, yes. I hope Zach and Rock and Fred VanVleet are the finalists. That's what I'm rooting for.
And if Zach, this little nugget, if Zach were to win the 3-point contest, he would be the only NBA player in history to win the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. He would be the only player. So that's why.
Little known fact here. Michael Jordan once competed in a 3-point contest, right?
Did he do awful?
What
did he do awful? Wasn't he awful? Wasn't he awful? Yeah.
Because that's what I take it. Mike don't like being embarrassed.
Yeah, he don't.
Mike decided, okay, I got a couple of dunk titles. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the 3-point contest. Mike got washed and that shit. And he never entered again after that shit.
The 3-point contest is not like I know, like Steph Curry
makes it 89 to 90. I forget which year. I think Michael was in it. I think it might have been 90. It was one of those years where Mike entered the 3-point contest and got washed. I remember that.
The thing is,
never entered again.
Like we said, Steph Curry makes it look so effortless. He makes it look so easy shooting from half court. He makes it look very easy, but that shit is hard. And then, like in the 3-point contest, it's time. You have to go around the whole arc and go
all the guys that competed in both.
Boom.
Kenny Smith competed in both the dunk and the 3-point contest. Naming other players that have competed in both. Mm-hmm. Kenny Smith has. I'm sure that's the two off the top of my head. I know the North Carolina guy said Mike and Kenny Smith are the two off the top of my head. I can think about that both. I think Kenny competed the same year. He might be the only guy that did it in the same year using the dunk.
I've seen where like the 3-point contest was like even like the highest score was like still in the teens, like maybe like 18. I'm like, oh, this contest sucks. Like they didn't have no.
Jordan one was like that. It wasn't that good.
This contest sucks. Like 18 is the top. 18 is the score to beat. Really? Like.
You know who Mike got washed with by no more. I think about you know who washed who ended up winning that year.
Ray Bird.
Nah, his Bulls teammate Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges. I'm gonna say this. Craig Hodges.
I think the year that Mike got washed, I want to say Hodges. So at least a Bull did win that year. But Mike, I remember
Craig
Mike
Hodges had the rhythm. Like the thing about Craig Hodges that he never took his eye off the rim. Like he reached and he just did that. He never looked down to grab the ball. Like he was locked in on the hoop the whole time. And he never
held
looked
the
down.
record for years. Like he hit like 19 in a row. So he had that
something like that. Something crazy. Yeah.
It's been broken since, obviously, but so I was like,
but he was locked. Yeah, he was.
But
he was an amazing shooter. Craig Hodges was amazing. Yeah.
But Hodges did win when Mike got washed and shit. I remember that. I was like, yeah, let Craig have this one. You ain't got to win all.
Right. You ain't got to have everything. You ain't got to have it.
This is Craig's wheelhouse. Let him have this one. But Mike said, I'm into the 3-point.
We're pulling for LaVine. Pulling for him.
I want the finals to be the Van Vliet and Zach LaVine. I want that to be the two finalists. Please make that happen just so I can go crazy. Make it happen. Come on.
And the other game, the other one, the skills challenge, obviously. Like
that up, yeah.
I do like the skills challenge because
they changed the format a little bit, yeah.
The bigs versus the guards, basically. So
bigs always.
And sometimes the bigs win.
Bigs win.
The bigs be winning.
They be watching.
They be winning. The bigs be winning. Yeah, the bigs be winning. So I mean,
skills challenge. Here we go. I'm pulling up the field. Also part of All-Star Saturday night. Okay, you got 3 different squads. Yeah, I like the way they changed the format a little bit. Instead of just having individuals, you got the team rooks. That's Scott Barnes, the Toronto Raptors, Cade Cunningham, #1 pick with Detroit, and Josh Giddey of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know Barnes or Giddey. I know Cunningham. Some rooks I don't really know like that. Sorry. And I claim to be the basketball fan. Some of these rooks I don't really know like that.
It happens.
No rook. We do know Io. Hey, let's go. And then Team Cavs, you got 3 Cavaliers, obviously. The Fro Jared Allen. You got first-time All-Star Darius Garland, and you got Evan Mobley, rookie. So that's a nice one. And Cleveland be feeling if you ain't been paying attention.
Yeah, Cleveland. They're number 2 right now. They're number 2 in the East behind the Heat. Because the Heat is 1.
They got half game ahead of the Bulls now, something like that. They're like 2 in the East right now. So
and the Bulls, like the race for the top spot is tight. It's like it's not even like a game separating the top 3.
Is Miami, and then like a game behind is Cleveland, then a game and a half is the Bulls, and then something like 2.5 is the Philly,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yeah, Philly is
Milwaukee and Philly.
Yeah.
So if it plays out like that, like I would love to see Milwaukee and Philly play each other in the first round. I would love to see that. Let them knock each other out. I would love them.
Especially get Philly out of there because the Bulls don't match up well with Philadelphia.
We don't match up against Embiid.
Philly got bounced in the first round. I wouldn't complain about that at all.
Let them fight. That's why I'm like it's about position too. I know I'm going on tangent, but
it's about matchups.
It's about matches. So if the Bulls can maintain the top 3 position, then they should be fine. Let someone else be in that 4 or 5.
You mentioned the Milwaukee Bucks. We have the team Antetokounmpo. So the Antetokounmpo brothers are getting the team up, which they probably like giddy over this shit. Like they probably gonna. I'm rooting for the Antetokounmpo brothers to win.
That's nice.
Giannis and Alex, like they're playing. Yeah. So like the 3 of them are like, yeah.
Okay.
It's like the 2 are with the Bucks, Giannis and Giannis, and then Alex, he's with the G League right now.
Okay.
Was the Lakers at one point, I want to say.
Yeah, he was with the Lakers at one point.
Yeah. He was with when our guy was there, Caruso. He was there during that era.
Yeah, when they won. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there is skills challenge. Where we going next? We're going to get to the dunk contest.
The dunk contest. Which I think, like I said, now that I've been watching like a lot of the old dunk contests, I'm like, this is probably going to be very underwhelming.
Well, let's do the Clorox Rising Stars first. I'm gonna break that roster down there. We do.
Okay.
I want to talk about the young guys, the youngins.
Yeah.
Team Barry, Team Isaiah, Team Peyton, Team Worthy. Let's see what we got. Okay, Team Barry, Cade Cunningham, Dyson Daniels. I'm gonna read the team as well too. Yeah. So Cade Cunningham, like I said, Detroit Pistons number one. Mm-hmm. Dyson Daniels, he's from the G League. Evan Mobley, Cavaliers, we just talked about. Mm-hmm. Isaiah Okoro, also Cavaliers. I'm not even pronouncing this. Singham from Houston. Jason Tate, also from Houston. And Frank Wagner from Orlando. That's your team. Barry.
Yeah, he been balling. The Wagner brother. The Wagners, they've been balling. They have.
Team Isaiah, Precious, Shuwa. I think I butchered that name from Toronto. Desmond Bane from Memphis, we just mentioned. Sadiq Bey from Detroit, Anthony Edwards from Minnesota, Tyrese Halliburton from the Sacramento Kings. Halliburton's been bowling. Jaden Hardy, a G Leaguer, and Isaiah Stewart, also from Detroit.
Nice.
Okay, Team Peyton. This is who we're rooting for, obviously. LaMelo Ball, Charlotte. So they already got a star right there.
They already got me right now. They already got me.
Scotty Barnes, Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
Chris Darton, Indiana. I butchered his name. Yeah. Scott Henderson from the G League. Jaden McDaniels, Timberwolves. Davion Mitchell from Sacramento, and Ayo DeSumo. Team Peyton. Go Team Peyton.
He said he's super excited because he's like, I get to go under the glove. Like he's like so excited that he gets because he's gonna be picking Gary Payton's brain. Ayo.
Exactly.
He's gonna be picking his brain. He's gonna be picking his brain.
He's gonna sit under that learning tree and so yeah.
Right, and just soak it. He's a sponge. He's gonna soak in everything GP tells him. He's gonna soak it all in.
I'd only have one question if I was Ayo. So what do you think when Michael Jordan was laughing when you said you put the glove on him?
The way Jordan laughed at that.
They should have closed him like
he just breaks out laughing.
He's like, no, Gary didn't put the glove on
me. He didn't put the glove on me. No, he did. No, he didn't. No.
Oh, so let's do Team Worthy. Right? I totally forgot about the fourth team.
Oh yeah.
Cole Anthony from Orlando. Marjan Beauchamp from the G League. Josh Giddey, Oklahoma. Jaden Green, Houston. Herbert Jones, New Orleans. Tyrese Maxey from Philadelphia. Been balling. Okay. And Jalen Suggs of Orlando. So
he been balling too. Suggs been balling. He been balling out, Suggs. Yeah.
That's your Orlando got some good young pieces because
they do. Orlando got some good young guys, and Cleveland obviously too. They got a good, really good young guys. So
and they're and Garland like their pieces like
they got some good ones.
Don't sleep.
Whitmercott got some good pieces too. Minnesota got some good guys. They got some good young guys in Minnesota.
Don't sleep on LaMelo.
Yes.
LaMelo Ball. Yeah.
Oh, LaMelo and Ayo, come on, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Come on, you used to playing with a Ball brother already. So
yeah. And they got similar games. Their games are similar, so it's like, you should be used to that. Yeah.
All right, AT&T dunk contest. Let's break down the feed.
It's going to be underwhelming, I think. Because like watching that Zach Aaron Gordon. That was so nice. That was a great contest.
Recent ones, yeah.
That was one of the best.
To me, like in my opinion, the greatest dunk contest of all time, controversial opinion, is Vince Carter. That's the one to me. People will say, like, people thought I was going to say Jordan Dominique.
Not Jordan Dominique? Really?
Vince Carter. Vince Carter in 2000.
It's over in 2000. Yeah, it's over.
Contest of all time, yeah.
When he went, he reversed, yeah.
He puts his arm through the shit.
He put his arm in, yeah.
Vince was going crazy during that.
And Shaq's reaction, Shaq's reaction.
That's what he's like.
Over.
But Cole Anthony from Orlando. Juan Anderson from Golden State. Obi Toppin from the New York Knicks. So the Knicks got some representation. And Jalen Green from Houston. I'm going with Obi Toppin just to give Knicks a little something to cheer about. Give Knicks fans something. Let them have that.
I hope it's not underwhelming because it seems like it might be underwhelming.
We don't
Like I
have
said, the last really good contest was Aaron Gordon versus Zach LaVine. That was like the last really, really good contest. Really, really
I
good
like
one.
the last one that Aaron was in. I think was him and I think Derek Jones Jr. battled a couple of years ago, I want to say.
Oh, yeah, that one was pretty good, yeah.
So
that one was Zach and
wasn't
him.
as good as Zach, but it was decent though.
Because it just seemed like, because at that point they was like, should they just be co-winners? Like should just be two winners? Because like it was too close to call. Like both of them was just, it seemed like neither one of them was going to get under a 50 because it was just, they both was just coming at it hard, both of them. So yeah, that's why.
So you want to talk about team Durant versus team LeBron?
Yeah, we gonna talk about that real quick.
Watch the draft first of all.
I didn't watch it, but I saw the steals that Harden got picked last.
Saw this. LeBron was like, you saw that, right?
Harden was like the last kid who got picked for dodgeball, basically. That's what it was.
You saw that shit.
So Durant was not picking Harden. It was not.
And then Kenny and fucking Chuck like were egging it on. Like come on, man. Just like don't leave who I think y'all gonna leave on the board. It's like like they kept egging it on. Okay. And it finally came down to Rudy Gobert and James Harden and shit. And Kevin Durant has the last pick. He was like, yeah, well, he played his series like straight as hell. He was like, yeah, well, we need some size and a little and that's when LeBron put the clipboard in front of him and say, I like Randy Jackson from American Idol. It was and
Randy the paper in front of his laughing.
It was like,
laughing behind the paper.
Okay, Team LeBron, like let's see which squad you like better. Well, we biased, so we know which one we're gonna be rooting for, but who got the better team? Let's be honest and be biased at the same time. Here we go. Yeah. Team LeBron is obviously like LeBron James, the captain, Giannis, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Jokic
in the house.
In the reserves, you got Jimmy Buckets, you got Luka.
Oh shit.
Darius Garland. Yeah, they kill it.
That's fire.
Donovan Mitchell.
Fire.
Paul,
fire.
Fred VanVleet, baby.
Fred, yay.
And James Harden. That's Team LeBron right there. Now Team Durant. So actually we can we win either way the more I think about it. So we don't have to be biased. We can just be honest, like who we think got the better team. Now the more I look at these rosters. Kevin Durant was the captain. He's injured, so Jason Tatum takes his place in the starting lineup. Yeah.
Okay.
Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, A. Wiggins, and Trae Young. So that's your starters for Team Durant.
Ooh, fire. Trae Young.
Yep.
Fire.
LaMelo, your reserve. D Book.
Yay.
Rudy Gobert, last pick that Durant made. Chris Middleton from the Bucks. DeJounte Murray, who's replacing Draymond, injury reserve. Karl Anthony Towns, your guy. And Zach LaVine, baby. That's your Durant. So we win either way because you got on Team LeBron,
yeah,
you got Rosen, you got Zach on Team Durant, so we don't have to be biased.
Yeah, we win. Bulls win either way.
We can be honest and say who you think got the better roster because before I say one of the Bulls on it, but yeah, now it's Bulls on both sides. So yeah. Which I'm a petition.
I think LeBron.
Let's start a petition. Bring back East versus West, so that way we don't have.
I think they should.
You don't have to have this.
I think they should.
I know why they originally made the switch because the West was killing the East.
Because the West was so much better than the East, and the East was awful.
A lot of top guys went out West. Like when LeBron went out there, Jimmy Butler was traded to Minnesota. For a while, like all of the good players from the East were like going West.
West.
So now some of them have come back. Like I said, DeRozan's back in the East. Butler is back in the East now. Kevin Durant's in the East now. Harden's in the East now. A lot of those guys came to the East. So it's more balanced now. So bring back East versus West. Like for 2023, bring it back.
I think Team LeBron is stronger.
LeBron is more stacked.
Because they got
looking at the starting lineup.
Steph Curry, Jokic.
Yeah.
DeRozan. Giannis.
LeBron himself. And DeMar DeRozan. So, yeah, you got it all.
Those are five killers right there.
LeBron, one of the most dominant players ever. Giannis is like a freak and shit of nature. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. DeMar DeRozan, like, killing the mid.
Fourth quarter monster. It's like
the wild card. Yeah, so, yeah, you got You got something special right here.
You got 5 monsters on that team. Think about it.
You got 4 MVPs, and then DeRozan is no slouch and shit. Yeah, so
yeah.
4 MVPs plus DeRozan.
DeRozan is an MVP candidate. Like people are looking at him this year. He's in the conversation this year. So
combo.
So basically, you got starting 5 of MVPs. Basically, that's what you got. Basically, a starting 5 of MVPs. Come on, come on, like that.
You can go. You got options.
Alone.
You say you want to kill him with the long ball, Steph Curry. You want to go mid range, go DeRozan. LeBron is LeBron and shit. Giannis a freak of nature and shit. And then
Jokic, that Joker.
That Joker is too much. Yeah.
It's like having a Hellraiser, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and Jigsaw on your team. Like you got, like it's like where do you go? Like you got,
and they bench
all like the killers.
Butler,
you got 5 killers.
Yeah, it's fucking Chris Paul. Chris Paul is coming off your bench. That's your backup point guard, Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
Hey, y'all, they killing, man. Of course, Rockford's on Fred VanVleet, so I got to go with Team LeBron. It's like VanVleet is the one who tips it for me. So should I root Zach or should I go with DeRozan? Go with Fred.
Fred tips it for you.
Fred, like, he's the deal. He's the tiebreaker to me, Fred.
Teddy.
Team Durant did, like, it just so happens they got both of the injury reserves, like, because the way it played out, they ended up so like they not saying they're not really all stars, you know what I'm saying? Like they got the reserves, both of them. So
right.
like you lose a little bit right there.
Right.
They do have Zach though, so I can't hate them too much. But they started still tight, yeah. Embiid, they got Morant, they got Trae Young, yeah. They got and Tatum.
Them 2 are killers. Mm-hmm. Them 2 are killers. Morant and Trae Young, them 2 are killers. Both of them are killers. Mm-hmm. They are.
So yeah, we can be honest. I'm going with Team LeBron.
Yeah, me too. But we're hoping that, good news for Zach. I'm hoping because Zach is going to sit these next 2 games for the Bulls.
Oh yeah, he said he's still going to play, but he's going to have his knee reevaluated during this.
Yeah, he's flying to LA today. Actually, Sunday he's flying to get his knee reevaluated because he was having some soreness in his knee, and it's just a matter of time. Like not like he had a surgically repaired knee, and look at the level he plays at. He plays like 100 every night. Like in the game the other night when they played OKC, we were looking and we was like, not OKC. When they played, who was that the night before they played? Hornets. They played the Hornets the night before because they were back to back. They played the Hornets and then they played OKC. When we were watching them play the Hornets, and then when Zach, we was like the way he was moving, he was just moving very gingerly. We like he don't look right. Like he in pain, but I said like for somebody of his caliber, they gonna leave it on the court every night, and you gotta take like we take mental health days. Like if we feel burnt out from work, we take time off. It's like players need to do the same thing. I know, like you want to give your fans a show because it's like, yeah, people are paying all this money to see me play, but at the end of the day, it's like you still gotta take care of your health too. So I'm hoping that Zach is going to be good because Zach said he still plans to participate in the All-Star game because he wants to still participate in the game Sunday and the shooting contest. He still wants to participate in both. So
Zach is playing, damn it.
So I mean, hopefully, like I said, he really just get the CBD oil,
and get some of that good rest and shit.
Get the good rest, get the CBD oil because CBD oil is good. Like get the stuff going, like get it going. So get well, Zach, get well. We need you.
Let's talk about the top number one the most scoring it's played all time. We talked about Team LeBron. LeBron James has the record now. And
I'll say doing the drum roll.
Man.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh.
And that was quietly too. Like nobody was. LeBron was just quietly like moving closer and closer to that record. I knew he was number 2 and shit. He had passed Kobe.
Carl.
And Malone. Yeah, he passed Kobe and then Malone. Yeah. He passed Kobe the same night that Kobe died tragically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like right the night before he had passed him. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember because Kobe was like, yeah, brother, because Kobe was like, okay, on to the next. Like Kobe was like, on to the next, okay. go get it. You know, he basically was telling LeBron, go get it.
Trying to pull up this.
Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, wow, LeBron is the scorer. Because I thought that maybe it might happen by next season. Because I didn't realize he was that close. I didn't know he was that close.
Paying attention like that. And then he just quietly did that shit. I was like, wow, shit. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the exact number right now.
Well, he played, you have to think about like Kareem played 20 plus years. LeBron's on his 19th season now, right? I think LeBron's on his 19th season. And LeBron, the thing about LeBron is that he hasn't missed significant time. You see what I mean? Like he's never, like LeBron was never, like he never had a season-ending injury. He never had anything like that. He didn't. So it's like he pretty much has played most of his games in the NBA. He's played most of the seasons that he's been in. So but he's been lately taking like a few days here and there now because, I mean, Father Time is undefeated against everybody. He's just getting older now. So like he'll take some days here and there now. But for the most part, he doesn't have like no serious injuries. He has not. So yeah, like he's played like 19 seasons pretty much, you know. Yeah.
I'm pulling the number up because my iPad is being a little bitch right now.
But I saw that. I was like, whoa.
I get a lot of people don't like LeBron, but you got to get that man his due. Like LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. Hey, you might people that don't like him is like the motherfucker. He proves time and time again. Like he's not Michael Jordan, but he's pretty damn close. And
I think that at this point, LeBron pretty much knows it is where it is because the Lakers are in shambles. Clearly, that team is not going anywhere. They're a play-in team at this point right now because they're like number 9 in the West. I think they're going to stay. I think they're going to be a play-in team.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get above 7 or 8. I don't think they're going to pass that. So they will be in the play-in.
Yeah. They're going to be a play-in team. I will see them rising above that. So it's like they're going to be between 7 and 10. That's what they're going to be. They ain't going nowhere. The Lakers are not. They are not. So it's like, I think at this point, LeBron, like we said, LeBron wants to play with his son. So LeBron's trying to stay in as long as, so he and Bronny can at least play together. Now, that means on the same team. I'm not sure if he wants to try to be on the same team as his son or just wants to play against his son, whatever. But it would just be a cool moment to see LeBron and his son play in the NBA one season. That would be cool to see because we've never seen a father and son play in the NBA. We've never seen that together against one another, whatever. But I think that LeBron at this point, like I said, he wants to play with his son. And then the other point is that he wants to just keep on building, breaking these records, I think, because it's like you've been in this long, break records. That's break records.
Okay.
He has 4 rings.
Now I'm looking why is it's combined. Okay, that's what LeBron's record is. Mm-hmm. So Kareem still just has like the regular season alone, but like you combine regular season and playoffs combined, LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron has passed him. Yeah,
anybody in history. Yeah, that's why I was so quiet. I was like, that's pretty fucking quiet for like to set that record like that. But that's because like when Steph Curry passed Ray Allen, it was a big.
It was a festive. Yeah, it was very festive.
I was like, that's kind of strange, but like that's what it is. It's like so it's combined regular season and playoffs because LeBron's teams like he went to the finals like how many years, like 8 years in a row, something like that. So like that's a lot of playoff points.
That's a lot of playoff basketball
every year. And shit is like that's a lot. So like so that he has the combined scoring record. I had to check that out. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, yeah. So he's still coming up on Karl actually too. Yeah, I'm just looking at these. Right? So LeBron, he's definitely gonna pass Karl, and the Kareem one is. He's still a couple thousand points away from that. He might break that. Like, I don't know how long.
If he averages, I think when Marcus was doing the math, he was like showing if he averages this amount of game, then he could pass it in this many games. Like Marcus was doing like the average to say what he could do, like how, like when he would be able to pass him.
Yeah. So I knew it had to be something. I'm like, yeah, because like you're not just gonna no sell LeBron breaking that record, but that's what it was. It's like
okay.
Combined, yeah. So
LeBron, still nonetheless that's a great feat.
Yeah,
now you're number one.
All of the records combine a lot. Yeah, LeBron has scored more points than anybody in NBA history if you count regular season and playoffs. So yeah, no players ever scored as many points as LeBron James.
Yeah, I think at this point LeBron just wants to get records now because it's like he has 4 rings. You have nothing to prove. You got 4 rings. Mm-hmm. You brought a ring to Cleveland.
Yep. which nobody thought was possible.
So it's like you got another ring with the Lakers. So it's like you really have nothing to prove to anybody. So just stack your records and then play with your son and then retire. Like that's pretty much what you should do. Break some more records and then play with your kid, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Well, so that's my feelings on that. What I think.
And I'm getting my trade deadline notes together right now. So our NBA trade deadline just passed a couple days ago. So,
yeah, on Thursday, I want to say.
So not
I want to say it was Thursday. Yeah.
A lot of activity.
A lot of moves.
Even before Thursday, a lot of activity was happening. Like Karis LeVert to Cleveland, like some stuff.
Yeah,
like
I was like, "What is going on?" Yeah, so my phone was going off like, "Oh, like my ESPN app was going off." Just kept on going on.
Surprisingly, the Chicago Bulls stayed pat. Like some teams stayed pat. Bulls stayed pat. Warriors stayed pat. Suns stayed pat. So like, yeah, certain teams that people say could make tweaks, they chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
But buyout season's coming.
But we're in buyout season now, so
you can get somebody without giving up assets during that time.
Get someone cheap.
Take a buyout to go. Like if you playing for a trash team, you would take less money to like go sign with a contender. That's what a buyout.
A trash team, somebody like Sacramento, let's say.
Give them check their roster out and see who we do. And speaking of which, like one of the guys we were looking at, Bagley, he's going Detroit bound now. So Marvin Bagley's headed to the Pistons. Because that's a guy that with Sacramento that I had eyes on, but it didn't happen though. Joe Ingles like went to Portland from Utah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Satoransky to Portland as well.
Okay.
We talked about CJ McCollum, like Portland, they were very active. Yeah.
They were.
The New Orleans, yeah. They said plus they got those other two guys I just mentioned there. Satoransky and Joe Ingles.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna build up to the big one. I know everybody wants to talk about the big one. Buddy Hield, a Pacer now. Tristan Thompson's a Pacer now. Sabonis, Sacramento Kings. That was a shock.
That was a shock to me because we know, looking at we look like Miles Turner and him wasn't gonna like.
They didn't fit together.
It wasn't.
I thought Turner would be the one to go because I think Sabonis is the better player. But I guess what they want, Turner is the better defender. Sabonis brings more offense. Yeah,
more offense. Yeah, definitely.
I thought Sabonis was because he's a former All-Star. I thought Sabonis was a superior player, but
then he's a Sabonis. Like we know the legacy behind Sabonis.
Arvydas
daddy,
Sabonis.
Yeah. His daddy played.
Ricky Rubio's headed to Indiana as well, too. He was part of that Karis LeVert. That's what he was. So Rubio, he's out for the season with an ACL. Yeah, so.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Rubio, because he was him and Garland, they were like playing well together. But Garland and LeVert, that's interesting. If that's gonna be the starting backcourt, Darius Garland and then Karis LeVert. And then they 3 7-footers, like that's a pretty interesting lineup because they got
that's pretty badass. I think that's pretty badass.
They going with Markkanen, Mobley, and Jared Allen. So, and then
I think that's pretty badass. I think
LeVert and what's his name, Garland. It's interesting. And they still got Colin Sexton who's injured right now. Kevin Love still coming off the bench. Like I said, Cleveland got a little depth. They got better by getting Karis LeVert. They got better.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Say CJ. Tony Snell is also headed to Portland. Your guy.
Okay.
Larry Nance to Portland.
Okay.
I'm just reading like the big names now, so I'm skipping over the trash names. I didn't even know Carter Williams was still in the NBA. Like he just got he's not now. So like, Orlando just waived him. Like who he played for. Bagley, we talked about to Detroit. Trey Lyles to Detroit. The Bucks got Serge Ibaka. That's interesting.
Nice.
That's another guy I was looking at for a possible like backup big. Was like, but he's headed to Milwaukee, so the Bulls didn't get him. Ibaka was a guy I looked at. I was like, he would fit well with what the Bulls do.
Yeah.
But he's headed to the Bucks right now. Clippers got Rodney Hood. Who else did they give? Here's a big one that surprised the shit out of me and you too, I'm sure. Kristaps Porzingis to Washington.
Yes. I was like, what the hell? When I saw that come down, I was like, It's like Porzingis to Washington. What?
I see that coming, especially for what they got back for him. It's like what they got back was low key trash. It's like I like Dinwiddie's good. It's like, but like I don't. You didn't. They got Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. It's like I don't. Yeah. I think I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what Mark Cuban is doing right now. I don't know.
He's being Mark Cuban.
I don't get it, man. Yeah, you because like I think they could have worked. It's like Porzingis had some injuries. I think you could have just wait till you get healthy. It's like you don't have to make knee-jerk decisions like this sometimes. It's like,
and that's why I say I trust what Acme is doing. I trust what our guys are doing. Acme, I trust what they're doing because it's like they're not like you don't want to. Like the phrase, you don't want to cut off your nose to spite your face, basically.
Let's go back to the Lakers. You don't want to Lakers this shit. Because like hindsight, the Lakers did not have to make that Westbrook trade. Like, no offense. I know Westbrook's your guy and all that, but no offense. They didn't need him.
They didn't. They
won a title with LeBron, AD, and pieces. Like that's enough to win. It's like you didn't have to go out and do that shit. Like you did that and fucked your team up because you gutted all your depth and shit. And then Westbrook doesn't fit with LeBron and AD.
Right,
it's like
Westbrook is a wild cannon. He's a wild cannon right now.
Fit for them, and you gave up all your depth. You gave up, like you gave up not Karl Anthony Towns. You gave up
Kuzma.
Kuzma, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you gave up Kuzma. You gave up Trez Harrell. You gave up there's a lot of they gave up a lot. And what's the Caruso? They ended up letting him walk.
Thank you for Caruso. That's what we said. Thank you for Caruso. Thank you. Thank you.
KCP was part of that trade. They gave up a lot. They gutted their team.
They did.
Their team basically get Russell Westbrook, which you didn't need. Remember, AD and LeBron both missed a lot of time last season, which is why the Lakers were a play-in team. They had injury, like they missed a lot of games together. So yeah,
that was overkill.
All you had to do was just like, okay, we'll flush this season down the toilet and get healthy next year. They didn't have to go out and make that Westbrook trade. They panicked, and now that's where they're at right now.
They did too much.
And another trade that let's get to the big one. James Harden headed to Philadelphia for Ben Simmons, essentially.
Whoop. Yep. They swapped him out.
So here's the trade. James Harden and Paul Millsap for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 draft picks. I think the Nets won that trade.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Harden is like, because
that's a lot.
You got Seth Curry too. Like,
Seth Curry.
He's not his brother, but he's a pretty damn good shooter himself.
Yeah. And you got 2 picks too, and Drummond. And
you
that's
got Drummond. Lot. Yeah, like you got. I think
that's a lot. I think that's a lot.
And James Harden is James Harden, but man, it's like you got Simmons, Curry, Drummond, and picks. It's like you got
That's a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot. But Philadelphia finally solved that Ben Simmons problem is like, which is crazy. Like looking back, is like the reason he sat out is because like motherfuckers talk shit about him. And I get mental health is real, but like fuck the media, like because the media made fun of you and shit. So you sat out all this time for that shit. Basically, he said, "I don't want to play here no more." And like, yeah, he got his wish. He got traded now. So
yeah.
So I think he'll probably be a better fit than Harden with Kyrie and KD when KD eventually comes back. Simmons, I think he can be Disco Stu. He can know his role. Like he don't have to like be that. He can like chill because you got KD and Kyrie. So like the spotlight will be off of him less than this one. So I think it'll fit better.
Right.
When I saw they got all them other damn players, I'm like, whoa.
Right.
So they start in 5 could theoretically. Ooh. They started 5 could be sick. Like Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving at the point. You can put Seth Curry at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3. You can play Simmons at the 4 and shit like a small ball 4, and then you put Drummond at center. It's like they won that trade. Like, sorry, I think they won that trade.
Hi, honey. And Khalil is coming in to say hello.
To get in, that's what's up. Talking a little time.
Go ahead, Daddy. And now Ariana wants to come in. You want to come in too, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm recording. Yes.
We still
Okay. Go on, baby.
almost done.
We're almost done, guys. Go on.
That's our
And
roast,
this is
that's our roast Philadelphia. We almost done.
put it down.
How you think Embiid and Harden are gonna do together? Let's talk about Philadelphia.
You said how we feeling about it?
Embiid and Harden, like Harden and Embiid, like how do they fit together?
You said Embiid and Harden.
Harden's headed back. That pairing.
I would have to see how that looks because it sounds interesting. It sounds like people may say it may not work, but then again, some people said that Levine and DeRozan wouldn't work. You know what I mean? It just, you have to just kind of see like
Harden got that the shit with KD and all of that in his rear view now, so like he can.
Yeah. If they play like they could play a 2-man game. They could play a good 2-man game if they do it right. They could play a 2-man game. They could, but it has to be that chemistry on both of their side. It has to be it.
Oh yeah, Dennis Schroeder headed to Houston as well too, along with cancer.
You could put that to rest.
Is it in his cancer or is it in his freedom? Like I don't know what he's going by. I think freedom. Like,
Freedom.
He's
freedom.
That dude is like they traded those two along with Bruno Fernando for Daniel Tice. Like that's good for Boston because Daniel Tice was balling when he was in Boston, so they got him back.
He was.
That's a good fit.
Yeah. Wish that we had him.
They basically dumped a bunch of nothing. It's like sorry Schroeder, but they gave up 3 like nothing players and got Tice back. So I think it's safe to say that Boston won that trade.
They did. And they did.
Mm-hmm. Montrezl Harrell's headed to Charlotte. Okay, so they dumped his ass. Aaron Holiday's headed to Phoenix. That gives them more depth at the guard. I like it. Goran Dragic to the Spurs. That was a shock.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Okay. Back on for your guy Thaddeus Young, one of the guys you wanted.
Thad Young
is headed.
We can't get him back because of the Bulls can't get him back. Not right now. They can't.
Toronto bound anyway. Like they got him in Toronto. So that's most of the big transactions right there. A lot happened. The big one.
Once again, another deck got shuffled. That's just what happens. The deck just gets shuffled in.
You'll see what happens in the buyout season. I think the Bulls need to make some upgrades to that bench. Yeah,
they do.
But I guess, like I said, they still want to see what they have in some of these guys. Like I said, what Pat Williams brings to the table, or Derrick Jones Jr. They're not ready to like trade those guys. They want to
trade them out. Yeah,
like so. And Jones Jr. was balling before he got hurt. He was balling.
He was.
Like I said,
he played actually in that game the other day. He played against OKC, and you could tell he was still in pain. You could tell he was still in pain. You could tell he's still not 100%, but he went out there and he played. One of those
guys that was on the trading block, like him.
Pat, he went out there, and you could see him you could just see him every time. He actually dunked in the game. Like he did a dunk, and you can see after he dunked, he was like, you could see him like his fingers still.
The Bulls were looking like I heard most in trade rumors were of course Patrick Williams, Derrick Jones Jr., Kobe White, and Troy Brown Jr.
And Kobe been on fire from downtown since. So Kobe. Can we shut up about trading Kobe White? Can we shut up about getting rid of Kobe White now? Thank you.
That's where the whole Schroeder trade came from because they were like, there's rumors that they want to use Kobe White to get like another player. Like who was the player I heard? I forgot now. It was somebody they were looking to get for I don't even remember what player it was now, but it was going to be cut, and they were going to bring Schroeder in to replace Kobe White. Like that's
basically
because it wasn't Kobe for Schroeder. Like Kobe White was going to another team for a big. I can't think of what team that was and what big right now. It was like somebody's I got it. Yeah, John Collins with Atlanta. That's the name.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Kobe White was going to be part of the John Collins trade to Atlanta, and then Schroeder was going to be like to replace him because like you lose that scoring with Kobe White. That's the trades I had seen out there, but like neither of them happened. Collins is still with Atlanta. Kobe White is still here, and Schroeder went somewhere else. So
thank you and please, thank you.
So let's wrap it up. Not another damn podcast. It's gonna be basketball heavy. Yeah,
I mean, it was a lot happened. A lot happened. We're gearing up for All-Stars.
All-Star, LeBron. We had a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. To support us further, you know what to do. Give us that like. Yeah. Woo. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. We're talking on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Also on YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices, and you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.